The Cowboys' backfield has quietly become one of the most interesting storylines of the season. And not because of splashy headlines back in the offseason, but because of what actually happened on the field once the game started. What we are seeing now is a running game that looks nothing like what most people projected months ago. Built around the players whose paths to relevance could not have been more different, yet somehow ended up reshaping expectations in Dallas. Javonte Williams and Malik Davis were not supposed to define the Cowboys' ground attack. And yet week after week, they forced everyone watching to reevaluate what this team has at the position when Javonte Williams arrived. There was plenty of hesitation around his name. The talent had never been the question, but the recent history made people cautious. His time in Denver had been underwhelming on paper, with efficiency numbers that failed to stand out and an injury record that raised legitimate concerns, coming off a torn anterior cruciate ligament from 2022. Many wondered whether his explosiveness would ever fully return, or if he would simply be another short-term depth option brought in to compete for carries. Expectations were modest and for some, nearly non-existent. What followed over the course of the season, however, completely flipped that narrative on its head. From the opening stretch of games, it became clear that Williams was running with something to prove. His vision looked sharper. His balance through contact was noticeably improved, and perhaps most importantly, his confidence was back. The Cowboys did not ease him into a limited role for long. Instead, they quickly realized they had a back capable of handling volume, punishment, and responsibility, carry after carry. Williams established himself as a dependable engine for the offense, piling up workload while maintaining efficiency. By the time the season reached its midpoint, there was no longer any debate about his role. He had become the clear centerpiece of the run game. What stands out most about Williams' season is not just the raw production, but how it was achieved. With over 1,200 rushing yards on more than 250 carries, his output speaks to durability and trust from the coaching staff. Yet the efficiency behind those numbers is what truly elevates his performance. Averaging close to 5 yards per touch while finding the end zone 11 times is not the profile of a player simply benefiting from opportunity. It is the mark of a runner consistently winning his matchups, creating yardage after initial contact, and turning routine plays into drive-sustaining gains. Defenses knew he was coming, and still struggled to slow him down. Advanced metrics only reinforce what the eye test has shown all season. Williams has been among the league's best in yards after contact, a reflection of both strength and determination. He routinely finishes runs falling forward, turning what should be 2-yard plays into 4 or 5-yard gains. His positive expected points added per carry highlights how often his touches improve the Cowboys' offensive outlook, keeping the offense on schedule and reducing pressure on the passing game. For a player whose role was uncertain just months ago, Williams has emerged as a stabilizing force, someone the offense can lean on in critical moments. While Williams' resurgence has been the headline, Malik Davis' rise has been just as compelling, albeit in a quieter, more understated way. His story is one that rarely gets national attention, but inside locker rooms, it resonates deeply. Davis spent years on the fringe of rosters, bouncing between practice squads and short-term deals, always close to opportunity but rarely able to grab hold of it. When injuries began to thin the Cowboys' depth chart, Davis was thrust into a role few expected him to fill. Instead of shrinking under the spotlight, he embraced it. Given limited carries, Davis made every touch count. His rushing average mirrored Williams' efficiency, hovering near 5 yards per attempt, and his contributions extended beyond just running the ball. He showed decisiveness, patience, and an understanding of situational football that coaches value deeply. Whether it was spelling the starter, closing out games, or stepping in when the offense needed a spark, Davis delivered reliable production without unnecessary mistakes. To touchdowns on limited volume might not jump off the stat sheet, but within the context of his role, they represent trust and execution. What truly solidified Davis' place, though, was his impact on special teams. Serving as a personal protector is not a glamorous assignment, but it is one that demands awareness, toughness, and football intelligence. By excelling in that role, Davis ensured he remained active on game days, carving out a niche that kept him involved even when offensive touches fluctuated. That versatility made him invaluable to the coaching staff and highlighted a trait that often separates roster mainstays from fringe players: adaptability. The contrast between Williams and Davis makes their shared success even more striking. One arrived with name recognition and skepticism, attempting to reclaim his status after setbacks. The other emerged from near anonymity, fighting for relevance one snap at a time, yet both have contributed meaningfully to a backfield that now looks deep, balanced, and dependable. Together, they have given the Cowboys flexibility that few teams enjoy, allowing the offense to maintain rhythm regardless of personnel groupings or game flow. Their success also reflects a broader shift in how the Cowboys have approached the run game. The offensive design has emphasized variety, mixing inside and outside concepts with counters and misdirection to keep defenses guessing. This diversity has played directly into the strengths of both backs. Williams thrives in schemes that allow him to read blocks and explode through creases, while Davis benefits from plays that reward patience and decisiveness. The result is a ground attack that feels less predictable and more resilient than in recent seasons as defenses adjust, stacking the box or selling out to stop the run. The ripple effects become evident across the offense. The passing game gains space, play action becomes more effective, and the offensive line operates with greater confidence. Williams' ability to consistently move the chains forces opponents to respect the run, while Davis' reliability ensures there is no significant drop-off when rotations occur. This balance has quietly altered how opponents game plan against Dallas, adding a layer of complexity that was not present at the start of the season. What makes this evolution especially impressive is how unexpected it was. Entering the year, the running back position was viewed as a question mark, an area where the Cowboys might simply get by. Instead, it has become a strength, driven by players who capitalized on opportunity and preparation. Williams' return to form and Davis' breakthrough have turned uncertainty into stability, reshaping conversations around the offense and laying the groundwork for deeper discussions about the future of the backfield as the season continues. The trajectory of Javonte Williams and Malik Davis this season also highlights the critical importance of preparation meeting opportunity. It is easy to look at the numbers and see a productive backfield, but the story behind those statistics reveals a level of professionalism and adaptability that often goes unnoticed. Williams' ability to return from a significant injury and immediately assume a primary role demonstrates not only physical resilience, but mental toughness. Each week, he has had to adjust to different defensive looks, anticipate blitzes, and make decisions in real time that separate elite backs from those who merely accumulate yardage. That kind of football intelligence is rare, and when combined with his strength and vision, it has allowed him to thrive even under the scrutiny of high expectations. Meanwhile, Malik Davis has emerged as a textbook example of the value of versatility and readiness in the modern NFL. He did not have the advantage of experience or hype, but his commitment to detail, consistency in practice, and willingness to embrace multiple roles have made him indispensable. From stepping in for Williams in heavy rotation scenarios to executing special teams assignments with precision, Davis has demonstrated that a player's impact extends far beyond the box score. His presence gives the Cowboys coaching staff confidence that depth will not equate to a drop in quality, allowing the team to navigate injuries or game time adjustments with minimal disruption. This reliability has been essential in maintaining offensive rhythm and sustaining drives, particularly in games where the opposition focused on slowing the run. The interplay between these two backs also enhances the strategic complexity of Dallas' offense. Defenses can no longer focus solely on stopping one star player, as both Williams and Davis offer distinct strengths that create mismatches. Williams' combination of power and acceleration makes him dangerous between the tackles, capable of punishing defenses that overcome it. Davis, on the other hand, brings agility, patience, and the ability to exploit open space, particularly in counter schemes and outside zone runs. This diversity in skill sets allows the Cowboys to dictate tempo and control possessions, forcing opponents to spread resources in ways they would not with a more one-dimensional backfield. The cumulative effect has been an offense that feels more unpredictable and harder to defend, a significant advantage in a league where small mismatches can determine outcomes. Furthermore, the offensive line's performance cannot be ignored in evaluating the success of these running backs. The Cowboys have invested heavily in both coaching and player development along the line, emphasizing coordination, communication, and execution in run-blocking schemes. This foundation has allowed Williams and Davis to maximize yardage, converting potential losses into gains and giving the team a consistent advantage. At the point of attack, the back's ability to read blocks, anticipate defensive shifts, and react in milliseconds complements the line's efforts, creating a synergistic relationship that elevates the entire offensive unit. Without this combination of talent and strategic execution, the production seen from Dallas' running game would likely be significantly diminished. Another factor that has amplified the effectiveness of Williams and Davis is the innovative design of plays by the coaching staff, incorporating counters, trap blocks, inside and outside zones, and misdirection schemes. The offense has created situations where both backs can succeed based on their unique skill sets. Williams is often given the freedom to hit gaps decisively, relying on his vision and explosiveness to find running lanes, while Davis benefits from plays that reward patience, timing, and the ability to accelerate once the lane develops. This attention to detail and play design ensures that both backs are positioned to succeed, not by chance but through deliberate planning that maximizes the team's assets. Looking at the broader implications for roster management, the performances of these two backs provide the Cowboys with a remarkable degree of flexibility. Williams' success positions him as a potential top-tier asset in negotiations, while Davis' role as a restricted free agent gives the team control over a versatile contributor. This combination allows the organization to approach the offseason strategically, making decisions that balance reward for performance with long-term planning. The ability to retain both backs ensures continuity and depth in a position that is notoriously volatile in the NFL, mitigating the risk associated with injuries or sudden performance declines. It also sends a message to other players about the value of preparation, professionalism, and adaptability in earning opportunities and playing time. The physical impact of having two capable running backs extends beyond the backfield as well. Opposing defenses must allocate resources to account for Williams' power and Davis' agility, which directly affects coverage schemes and pass rush strategies. When a defense commits additional personnel to contain the run, the passing game benefits through space creation and favorable matchups. Quarterbacks can operate with more confidence. Receivers gain additional room for route separation, and play action becomes a more effective weapon. The ripple effect of a strong running back rotation permeates every facet of offensive execution, reinforcing the interconnected nature of football, where one player's excellence can elevate the performance of the entire team. Mentally, both players have shown remarkable growth this season. Williams has overcome the psychological challenges of returning from a significant injury, rebuilding confidence while adjusting to a new system. Each successful carry reinforces trust in his body and his ability to perform under pressure, and this composure allows him to execute in high-leverage situations. Davis' journey demonstrates resilience in a different form. Repeated setbacks, cuts, and limited opportunities could have deterred him, yet his perseverance and focus on preparation enabled him to capitalize when the moment arrived. Together, their stories underscore that success in the NFL requires more than talent. It demands a combination of mental toughness, readiness, and an ability to thrive under scrutiny. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. The NFL world is buzzing with one of the biggest potential shakeups in recent memory. Sources close to the league suggest that Dak Prescott, the longtime face of the Dallas Cowboys, has reportedly confirmed his departure from the franchise. The news, still unofficial but heavily circulated among insiders, has sent shockwaves through fan communities and analysts alike. Prescott, who has been synonymous with Dallas' offensive identity for years, is now at the center of a whirlwind of speculation about where he could land next. While neither Prescott nor the Cowboys have released formal statements, insiders indicate that discussions have already begun, with multiple teams rumored to be in pursuit of the veteran quarterback. Questions abound regarding the financial and strategic implications of such a move, not only for Prescott but for the Cowboys' roster and long-term plans. Analysts are already debating how Dallas might fill the void, with potential trades, draft strategies, or internal promotions all on the table. The potential domino effect across the league is enormous. A player of Prescott's caliber entering free agency could alter the quarterback landscape dramatically. Teams struggling to find stability under center might see this as a rare opportunity, while contenders could view him as the missing piece for a deep playoff run. Fans are flooding social media with reactions ranging from disbelief to excitement, and speculation is spreading faster than any official word could contain. Even more intriguing is the timing, with the NFL offseason already full of movement. A Prescott departure could trigger a cascade of other deals, trades, and unexpected signings, while nothing is confirmed. The mere possibility has ignited debates in locker rooms, front offices, and living rooms nationwide. As the rumor mill churns, one thing is clear: the NFL is on the brink of one of its most talked about moments in years, and Dak Prescott sits squarely at the heart of the storm. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.